The alien fleet appeared in Earth's sky on a Tuesday morning. Nobody expected it. Nobody was ready for it. Commander Zarkoth stood on the bridge of his massive warship and looked down at the blue planet below. He smiled. His sharp teeth showed in the dim red light of the alien ship. "This will be easy," he said to his crew. Zarkoth had conquered 47 worlds before Earth. Some planets fought back. Some surrendered immediately. But all of them fell within days. Earth would be no different. "Sir, our scans are complete," his science officer reported. "The planet has 7 billion creatures called humans. They use primitive nuclear weapons. Their technology is at least 200 years behind ours." Zarkoth laughed. 200 years? Then this is not a war. This is just cleaning. The other aliens on the bridge laughed too. They had never lost a battle. Never. Their empire controlled thousands of star systems. One small planet would not stop them now. "Send them our message," Zarkoth commanded. The usual one. The message went out to every radio, every television, every phone on Earth. It was simple and clear. "People of Earth, we are the Krathan Empire. You have 24 hours to surrender. If you resist, we will destroy your cities one by one. You cannot win. Do not try." Then the attack began. Alien ships descended on Earth's major cities. New York, London, Tokyo, Beijing, Moscow. Lasers cut through buildings like they were made of paper. Explosions filled the streets. People ran screaming in all directions. News cameras captured everything. The world watched in horror as giant alien ships floated above the cities. Some ships were as big as mountains. Their weapons glowed with green energy. "We're under attack," a news reporter screamed into her camera. "They're destroying everything. God help us all." Zarkoth watched it all from space. He saw the humans running, panicking, dying. Perfect. Fear made surrender come faster. But something felt wrong. "Sir," his weapons officer said, "we've destroyed 53 buildings, but we're detecting strange readings underground." "Underground?" Zarkoth asked. "What kind of readings?" "Energy signatures. Very large ones. I don't understand. Our scans showed this planet had basic technology only. These readings suggest something much more advanced." Zarkoth waved his hand. "Ignore it. Probably their nuclear reactors shutting down in panic. Continue the attack." The officer nodded, but he looked worried. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, in a secret bunker that no satellite had ever found, the president of Earth Defense sat calmly in a chair. Around him, generals and scientists watched dozens of screens. "Sir, the cities are under heavy attack," a general reported. "We have thousands dead already. Should we activate our defenses?" The president shook his head slowly. "Not yet." "But sir." "I said not yet, General. Let them think they're winning. Let them get comfortable." Another general stepped forward. "Mr. President, with respect, how long do we wait? People are dying up there." The president looked at the screens. He saw the destruction, the fires, the people running. His jaw tightened, but his voice stayed calm. "I know, General, and every death makes me sick. But if we show our hand too early, they'll call for reinforcements. We need them to think Earth is helpless. We need them to commit their full fleet. Sir, they already have. Our satellites count 412 alien ships in orbit. That's their entire invasion force." The president smiled for the first time. "Perfect. Then we wait 6 more hours. At midnight, we show them what humans really are." A young officer couldn't stay quiet. "Sir, what exactly are we? I mean, I've been in the military for 5 years and I just learned about these underground bases last month. Where did all this technology come from? How long have we been preparing?" The president turned to look at the young man. "Son, we've been preparing for this since 1947. Since the first time we detected alien signals in space. That day, every country on Earth made a choice. We stopped fighting each other and started preparing for them. 50 years, the officer whispered. 50 years of secret work. Secret weapons. Secret training. The aliens think we're primitive because that's what we wanted them to think. We hid our best technology. We let them see our old weapons. We made ourselves look weak." On the screens, another building exploded in Tokyo. The president's smile faded. But tonight they learned the truth. Tonight they learned that humans are not prey. We're predators. And they just walked into our trap. Back in space, Zarkoth relaxed in his command chair. The first day of invasion was almost over. Earth's governments had not responded to his surrender demand. That meant they were too scared or too stupid to understand their situation. Either way, tomorrow he would start destroying major cities until they begged for mercy. "Commander," his communication officer called out. "We're receiving a message from Earth." "Already? Good. They're ready to surrender." "No, sir. It's not a surrender. It's strange. The message says, 'Thank you for gathering your entire fleet in one place. It makes what comes next much easier.'" Zarkoth felt something cold in his stomach. What does that mean? What comes next? Nobody answered. Nobody knew. But in 6 hours they would all find out. And Zarkoth would wish he never came to Earth. Midnight came to Earth. In orbit above the planet, Commander Zarkoth reviewed the damage reports. His fleet had destroyed 60 major buildings. Killed approximately 10,000 humans. Not bad for the first day. "Sir, should we continue the attack?" his weapons officer asked. Zarkoth shook his head. "No. Let them suffer through the night. Let them think about surrender. Tomorrow we destroy an entire city. That usually breaks their spirit." He walked to his private quarters, feeling satisfied. Another easy conquest. Another planet added to the empire. He was almost asleep when the alarm started screaming. "Commander to the bridge. Commander to the bridge now." Zarkoth ran. He had never heard that level of panic in his crew's voices before. When he reached the bridge, everyone was staring at their screens in shock. "Report." Zarkoth shouted. "Sir, we're detecting multiple launches from Earth's surface. Hundreds of them. No. Thousands. Missiles." Zarkoth laughed. "Their primitive missiles can't even reach space. Our shields will." "Sir, these aren't primitive. They're moving at speeds our computers can't calculate. They're faster than anything we've ever seen." Zarkoth looked at the main screen. His blood went cold. Rising from Earth like angry red stars, thousands of missiles climbed toward his fleet. They moved in perfect formation. Their speed was impossible. "Activate all shields. Now." Zarkoth screamed. The shields came online across the entire fleet. Blue energy barriers appeared around every alien ship. These shields had protected them against every weapon in the galaxy. The first missile hit. The shield shattered like glass. The alien warship exploded in a ball of fire. Then the second missile hit. And the third. And the fourth. "Shields are failing. Shields are not working," officers screamed across the bridge. Zarkoth watched in horror as his fleet died around him. Ships that had survived 100 battles exploded in seconds. The missiles were too fast. Too accurate. Too powerful. "How is this possible?" he whispered. "We scanned this planet. They don't have this technology." In 60 seconds, 50 alien ships became floating debris. Deep in Earth's command bunker, the president watched the screens with cold satisfaction. "First wave successful, sir," a general reported. 50 confirmed kills. "Their shields are useless against our plasma pulse missiles." "Good. Launch wave 2. Let's see how they handle our fighters." Across Earth, hidden doors opened in mountains, deserts, and oceans. Doors that had been secret for 50 years. From these hidden bases, human spacecraft rose into the sky. They were sleek, fast, beautiful and deadly. Zarkoth saw them coming on his screens. "Earth has a space fleet? Since when?" "Sir, our intelligence said they barely reached their own moon." "Your intelligence was wrong." Zarkoth shouted. "Ready all weapons. Prepare for." The human ships attacked. They moved like nothing the aliens had ever seen. They twisted, turned, and spun through space like dancers. Alien weapons fired at them, but the human ships were always somewhere else. One human fighter flew straight at an alien cruiser. The alien captain smiled. "Foolish human. We'll destroy you before you get close." The human ship didn't slow down. The alien fired. Missed. Fired again. Missed again. The human ship crashed directly into the alien bridge at full speed. Both ships exploded. "They're suicidal," an alien officer screamed. "They're crashing into us on purpose." Zarkoth couldn't believe it. What species sacrifices themselves like this? He would soon learn the answer. Inside the remaining human fighters, pilots smiled as they fought. These weren't ordinary people. They were the best. The elite. Volunteers who had trained their entire lives for this moment. Captain Sarah Chin dodged another alien blast. Her fighter was faster, but the alien ship was bigger and stronger. Didn't matter. She had something the aliens didn't have. She had rage. "This is for New York," she whispered. Her missiles fired. Direct hit. "This is for my sister." Her lasers cut through another ship. "And this is for thinking we were weak." She destroyed 3 more alien ships before her fighter took damage. Her engines failed. Her weapons were offline. But she still had thrust. She aimed her dying ship at the largest alien vessel she could see and pushed the throttle to maximum. "See you in hell," she said. The explosion took out an entire alien destroyer. Zarkoth watched it happen. His hands were shaking now. "Commander, we've lost 90 ships in 10 minutes. We need to retreat." "Retreat? Retreat? We are the Krathan Empire. We don't retreat from primitives." "Sir, they're not primitives. Look at them." Zarkoth looked. Human ships were everywhere now. They fought with no fear. When their weapons failed, they used their ships as weapons. When their ships died, the pilots smiled. What kind of creatures were these? His science officer ran to him with a tablet. "Sir, I found something in Earth's data files. You need to see this." Zarkoth grabbed the tablet. His eyes went wide as he read. Human wars. Hundreds of them. Thousands of years of killing. They had fought each other with swords, guns, bombs, and nuclear weapons. They had perfected the art of war on themselves. "They've been at war their entire history," the science officer whispered. "Fighting is in their blood. They don't just know how to kill. They love it." Zarkoth dropped the tablet. For the first time in his life, Commander Zarkoth felt true fear. "All ships," he said quietly. "Prepare to retreat." But it was already too late. A voice came over the communication channel. A human voice. Calm and cold. "Commander Zarkoth. This is Earth defense. You wanted a war. Now you have one. But here's something you should know." Zarkoth waited. "We don't lose wars. We end them." Commander Zarkoth made the hardest decision of his life. "All ships retreat. Retreat to deep space immediately." His fleet scattered. 322 ships remained out of the original 412. They turned away from Earth and fired their engines at maximum power. Running felt like shame. But staying meant death. "Sir, the humans are not stopping," his radar officer reported. "They're following us." Zarkoth looked at the screen. Sure enough, human ships were chasing them. Dozens of small fighters pursued his massive warships into the darkness of space. "They can't follow us far," Zarkoth said, trying to sound confident. "Their ships are too small. They don't have enough fuel to chase us beyond their moon." He was wrong. The human ships kept coming. Past the moon. Past Mars. Into the deep black where Earth was just a tiny blue dot. "How?" Zarkoth whispered. "How are they still following?" His science officer checked the data. "Sir, their ships are using some kind of fusion reactor we've never seen before. They have unlimited power. They can chase us forever." Forever. The word hit Zarkoth like a physical blow. "Fire on them. Destroy the human ships." The alien fleet turned and fired everything they had. Green lasers. Plasma cannons. Missile swarms. The space between them and the humans lit up like a sun. When the light faded, the human ships were still there. Not a single one destroyed. "Impossible," Zarkoth breathed. The humans had dodged everything. Every shot. Every missile. Their small ships moved like insects, impossible to hit. Then the humans fired back. Captain Marcus Webb led his squadron of 12 fighters against an alien battleship. The alien ship was 50 times bigger than his fighter. Its armor was 3 feet thick. It had enough weapons to destroy a small moon. Marcus smiled. "Red Squadron, attack pattern Delta 7. Make them regret waking up today." His fighters split up. Each one attacked from a different angle. The alien ship tried to track them all, but it was too slow. Too big. Marcus found what he was looking for, the engine ports on the rear of the ship. Found the weak spot. Going in. His fighter dove toward the alien ship. Defensive turrets fired at him. He rolled left, then right, then upside down. Every shot missed by inches. "Too slow, ugly," Marcus laughed. He fired his missiles directly into the engine port. The alien battleship's engines exploded. The massive ship went dark and started drifting in space. Target down. Moving to the next one. All across the battlefield the same thing happened. Human fighters were smaller and weaker, but they were faster and smarter. They knew exactly where to hit. The aliens were learning a terrible truth. Size doesn't matter if you can't land a shot. Inside his command ship, Zarkoth received damage reports. 20 more ships lost. 15 more damaged and drifting. "They're picking us apart," his weapons officer shouted. "Sir, we need a new strategy." "What strategy?" Zarkoth roared. "They're faster than us. Their ships move like they're alive. Our weapons can't touch them." A junior officer spoke up quietly. "Sir, maybe we should surrender." Every alien on the bridge turned to look at him. "Surrender?" Zarkoth repeated slowly. "The Krathan Empire does not surrender. We are the conquerors. We are the strong ones. We're, the junior officer whispered. We were the strong ones. Before Zarkoth could respond, another alarm screamed. Sir, new contacts. More human ships incoming from Earth. These weren't fighters. These were larger ships. Cruisers and destroyers. Fresh reinforcements from Earth. How many? Zarkoth asked. 147 ships, sir. All heavily armed. Zarkoth did the math in his head. His fleet was already broken and scattered. Now fresh human forces were joining the battle. They were outnumbered, outgunned, outmatched. Sir, incoming message from the human fleet. Put it on screen. A human face appeared. An older man with gray hair and cold blue eyes. He wore a military uniform with stars on the shoulders. Commander Zarkoth, I am Admiral James Mitchell of Earth Defense. You have two choices. Surrender now and we will show mercy. Or keep running, and we will hunt every single one of your ships until none remain. Zarkoth's pride fought with his fear. You don't have enough ships to destroy my entire fleet. Admiral Mitchell smiled. It was not a friendly smile. Commander, you're not understanding. We don't need to destroy all your ships. We just need to destroy you. Without leadership, your fleet is nothing but scattered targets. Zarkoth felt ice in his veins. I'm sending my best pilots to your position right now, Mitchell continued. They have one mission, destroy your command ship. You have 5 minutes to surrender. After that, we stop being nice. The communication ended. Zarkoth looked at his crew. They were all watching him, waiting for orders. But what orders could he give? Sir, contacts incoming at high speed, radar called out. 12 human fighters heading straight for us. Activate all defenses. Protect the command ship at all costs. But Zarkoth knew the truth. He had seen what human fighters could do. 12 of them against one ship? His command ship was already dead. He just didn't know it yet. The fighters came in fast. Alien turrets fired wildly. One human ship took a hit and exploded. 11 remained. They attacked like wolves. One group hit the left side. Another hit the right. 2 dove from above. We can't track them all, the weapons officer screamed. Explosions rocked the command ship. The lights flickered. Smoke filled the bridge. Shields at 20%. Hull breach on deck 7. Engines offline. Zarkoth grabbed his communication panel. All ships protect the command ship. I repeat, protect. A massive explosion cut off his words. The main engine exploded. The command ship went dark. Emergency lights came on, painting everything red. In the silence that followed, Zarkoth realized something. They weren't the hunters anymore. They were the prey. And humans were very, very good hunters. Zarkoth's command ship floated dead in space. The engines were gone. Half the crew was dead. The other half wished they were. But they were still alive. The humans could have destroyed them completely. Instead, they stopped attacking. What? Sir, incoming transmission from the human fleet, the communication officer said weakly. Put it on, Zarkoth replied. His voice was tired. Defeated. Admiral Mitchell appeared on the screen again. Commander Zarkoth, your ship is disabled. Your fleet is scattered. This is your last chance to surrender. Zarkoth said nothing for a long moment. Then he spoke quietly. Before I answer, I need to understand something. Oh, how did you hide all this? Our scouts studied your planet for months. They said you were primitive. Mitchell smiled sadly. We've been hiding our true strength for 50 years, Commander. We knew someone would come eventually. Someone always does. So we prepared. We built weapons in secret. We trained soldiers in hidden bases. We let you see what we wanted you to see. But why attack us so brutally? Why not just defend your planet? Because you didn't come to talk, Commander. You came to conquer. And we needed to send a message to the galaxy. A message that says, don't touch Earth. Zarkoth closed his eyes. What do you want from me? Information. Tell us everything about your empire. Your technology. Your homeworlds. Do that and we'll let you and your surviving crew go home. And if I refuse? Mitchell's expression turned cold. Then we'll take the information from your ship's computers while you float here and slowly run out of air. Your choice. Zarkoth had no choice left. He knew it. His crew knew it. I'll tell you everything, he whispered. While Zarkoth surrendered in space, something else was happening on Earth. Some alien soldiers had landed during the first attack. About 2,000 of them were scattered across different cities. When the main fleet retreated, these soldiers were left behind. Trapped on Earth. In the ruins of New York City, a group of 50 alien soldiers tried to hide. Their leader, Captain Vexenar, gathered them in an abandoned building. Listen carefully, Vexenar told his troops. Our fleet is gone. We're stuck on this planet. But we're still soldiers of the Krathan Empire. We'll fight until rescue comes. Sir, what if rescue doesn't come? A young alien asked. Then we die with honor. The aliens didn't know that human soldiers were already surrounding the building. Colonel Sarah Park looked through her binoculars at the alien position. 50 targets. All of them armed. All of them dangerous. What's the plan, Colonel? Her sergeant asked. Sarah smiled. We do what humans do best. We fight dirty. Her team didn't attack directly. Instead, they cut the building's power. Then they cut the water. They blocked every exit with concrete barriers. Sir, shouldn't we just storm the building? A young soldier asked. Why risk our lives? Sarah replied. We wait. No food. No water. No power. Let them suffer first. Then when they're weak, we go in. This was a lesson aliens were learning all across Earth. Humans didn't fight fair. They used psychology. They used patience. They used fear as a weapon. Inside the building, the aliens waited in darkness. This is wrong, one alien said. Warriors should fight face to face. This is coward's work. This is smart work, Vexenar corrected. And we're learning something important. These humans, they understand war in ways we don't. Another alien pulled up information on his data pad. Sir, I've been reading their history files. You need to see this. Vexenar looked at the screen. What he saw made his blood run cold. Human history was painted in blood. Ancient wars with swords and spears. Medieval wars with castles and sieges. Modern wars with guns and tanks. World wars that killed millions. They've been fighting for 10,000 years, the alien whispered. They never stopped. Every generation new wars. New weapons. New ways to kill. Vexenar scrolled through the files. He saw images of destroyed cities. Burned villages. Mass graves. They did this to themselves? He asked. To their own kind? Yes, sir. And look at the numbers. World War I, 20 million dead. World War II, 85 million dead. And those are just the big ones. They had thousands of smaller wars too. Vexenar felt sick. What kind of species kills its own people so efficiently? A species that perfected war, another alien answered. Sir, we never had a chance. We come from a peaceful empire. We conquered weak worlds. But these humans? They've been fighting each other since the beginning. War is in their nature. Outside, Sarah decided it was time. Cut the gas lines. I want that building to smell like death. They pumped tear gas into the ventilation system. Then smoke grenades. Then they played loud sounds through speakers. Screaming. Explosions. Psychological warfare. The aliens inside couldn't sleep. Couldn't breathe properly. Couldn't think straight. After 3 days they broke. Vexenar raised a white flag and walked out with his hands up. Sarah met him at the entrance. She was half his size. The alien warrior was 8 feet tall with natural armor and 4 arms. But he looked terrified of her. We surrender, Vexenar said. Please. No more. Sarah nodded. Smart choice. Sit down. All of you. The aliens sat on the ground. They looked broken. Defeated. I have a question, Vexenar said quietly. Why are you so good at this? At war? Sarah was quiet for a moment. Then she answered honestly. Because we've been doing it forever. We fought with rocks, then spears, then swords, then guns. We killed each other for land, for resources, for religion, for politics. We turned war into an art form. And when we finally stopped fighting each other, we had 10,000 years of knowledge about how to destroy an enemy. So when we came, Vexenar began. You picked a fight with a species that was born in war, Sarah finished. We don't just know how to fight. It's in our DNA, our history, our culture. Every human child grows up hearing stories about warriors and battles. We celebrate our soldiers. We remember our wars. We never forget. Vexenar looked at the human soldiers around him. They were young. Some looked barely old enough to fight. But their eyes were old. Cold. You're all monsters, he whispered. Sarah didn't get angry. She just smiled sadly. No, Captain. We're human. And you just learned the difference. 3 days after the battle began, Commander Zarkoth sat in his broken command ship and faced the truth. His fleet was destroyed. 215 ships remained out of 412. More than half his forces were gone. The survivors were damaged, scared, and ready to give up. Time to end this. Open a channel to the human fleet, Zarkoth ordered. I want to speak with their admiral. Admiral Mitchell appeared on screen. He looked calm. Too calm. Commander Zarkov. Ready to surrender? Yes, Zarkov said. The word tasted like poison in his mouth. But I want to negotiate terms. We are still a powerful empire. We can offer you technology, resources, even alliance. Just let us leave in peace. Mitchell stared at him for a long moment. Then he started laughing. It was not a happy laugh. You think this is a negotiation? Mitchell said. You came to our planet. You killed our people. You burned our cities. And now you want a bargain? I'm trying to prevent more death. Zarkov shouted. On both sides. Your side attacked first, Mitchell replied coldly. You chose violence. We're just finishing what you started. But we surrender. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Mitchell leaned closer to the camera. His blue eyes were like ice. Did you accept surrender when we asked? No. You laughed and kept attacking. You said we had 24 hours or you'd destroy our cities one by one. Remember that message, Commander? Zarkov did remember. He wished he didn't. So here's what happens next, Mitchell continued. You don't get to negotiate. You don't get terms. You get to sit there and watch while we do what we should have done from the start. What does that mean? Mitchell smiled. It means we send a message to the entire galaxy. A message written in the wreckage of your fleet. The communication ended. Zarkov felt panic rising in his chest. What are they planning? What message? He got his answer 10 minutes later. Every screen on every alien ship lit up with the same transmission. It was broadcasting on every frequency. Every channel. A human woman appeared. She wore a military uniform covered in medals. This is General Patricia Hayes of Earth Defense Command. This message is for all alien civilizations listening. 3 days ago, the Krathan Empire attacked Earth without warning. They thought we were weak. They thought we would surrender. They were wrong. The screen changed. It showed images of the battle. Human ships destroying alien vessels. The alien fleet retreating in panic. Earth is not prey, General Hayes continued. We are predators. And we want everyone in the galaxy to understand what happens when you attack our home. Zarkov watched in horror as the message continued. The Krathan Empire sent 412 ships. Only 215 remain. We destroyed them in 72 hours. And now we finished the job. No, Zarkov whispered. No, no, no. Across the human fleet, orders were given. Every ship prepared for the final attack. But this attack would be different. Admiral Mitchell stood on the bridge of his flagship. Activate the EMP pulse. Sir, are you sure? His weapons officer asked. That will shut down everything. Including their life support. I'm sure. Do it. Deep in the hull of the flagship, a weapon activated. A weapon that humans had built specifically for this moment. It took all the power from Earth's largest nuclear reactor and converted it into one massive electromagnetic pulse. The pulse shot out in all directions. It hit every alien ship at the same time. On Zarkotha's bridge, every screen went black. Every light went out. Every system shut down completely. What's happening? Zarkoth shouted in the darkness. It's an EMP, sir. Electromagnetic pulse. It shut down all our electronics. Restart them. Restart everything. We can't, sir. The pulse fried our circuits. Everything is dead. Life support, weapons, shields, engines. Everything. Silence fell over the bridge. Then someone started crying. Across the alien fleet, the same thing happened. 215 ships went dark and silent. They floated in space like dead whales. No power. No weapons. No way to escape. The human ships moved in slowly. Methodically. They surrounded every alien vessel. Inside his dark ship, Zarkoth heard a sound. A horrible sound. Knocking. Something was knocking on the hull of his ship. They're boarding us, someone whispered. The humans are boarding. Metal screamed as human soldiers cut through the alien hull. Bright lights appeared as the breach opened. Human soldiers poured in wearing combat armor. They moved fast and efficient. They didn't kill the aliens. They just tied them up and moved to the next section. Zarkoth was pulled from his command chair. His hands were bound behind his back. A human soldier pushed him down the hallway. Where are you taking me? Zarkoth asked. The soldier didn't answer. They dragged him to an escape pod. Threw him inside. The door sealed. Admiral Mitchell's voice came through the pod speakers. Commander Zarkoth, we're sending you home. You and 50 of your officers. The rest of your crew will be prisoners of war. Why are you letting me go? Because you're going to deliver our message. You're going to tell your empire what happened here. You're going to tell them that Earth is forbidden, that humans don't forgive, that we don't forget. And if my empire sends more ships? Mitchell's laugh was dark. Then we'll destroy them too. And then we'll follow your ships back to your home worlds. And we'll show your people the same mercy you showed us. None. Zarkoth felt true terror for the first time. You wouldn't. Try us, Mitchell said simply. Go home, Commander. Tell your story. Make sure everyone knows. Don't touch Earth. The escape pod launched into space. Zarkoth looked back at his fleet. His beautiful, powerful fleet. Now just dark shapes floating in the void. Human ships moved between them like sharks. Taking prisoners. Taking equipment. Taking everything. And in the middle of it all, Earth hung in space. Beautiful and blue and deadly. Zarkoth realized something as he watched. They didn't just lose a battle. They woke up something the galaxy should have left sleeping. Commander Zarkoth's escape pod drifted through space with 50 other pods. Each one carried an alien officer. They were the lucky ones. Or so they thought. Commander, his communication officer called from another pod. Where do we go now? Zarkoth looked at the star map on his small screen. The wormhole. It's 3 days away. We reach it, we go home, we warn the Empire. What if the humans follow us? They won't. Their ships are busy with prisoners. By the time they notice we're gone, we'll be through the wormhole and safe. But Zarkoth had learned nothing. Humans always had a plan. The 50 escape pods traveled together through the darkness. No engines. No weapons. Just life support and emergency thrusters. Sir, I'm picking up something ahead, the radar officer reported. It looks like debris? Zarkoth checked his screen. There was something floating near the wormhole. Large pieces of metal. Wreckage. As they got closer, Zarkoth's blood turned to ice. The wreckage was alien ships. His ships. The ones that tried to escape during the battle. They never made it to the wormhole. Oh no, Zarkoth whispered. They were here first. The humans were already here. Around the wormhole, dozens of alien ships floated dead in space. Some were cut in half. Others had massive holes in their hulls. All of them were destroyed weeks ago. How? His science officer asked. The battle only started 3 days ago. These ships have been dead for at least a month. Then they understood. The humans knew the aliens were coming. They knew exactly when. They knew exactly where. And they prepared the perfect trap. They detected us months ago, Zarkoth said quietly. They let us come. They let us attack. They wanted us to commit our full fleet. And while we were busy attacking Earth, they sent ships here to block our escape route. A voice came over the communication channel. A human voice. Correct, Commander. Very smart. Zarkoth looked at his screen. A human ship appeared from behind a large asteroid. Then another. Then 10 more. 20. 50. A complete fleet waiting at the wormhole. This is Captain Rodriguez of the Earth Defense Fleet. We've been here for 6 weeks, Commander. Waiting for you. But how did you know we'd come here? Because we studied you. Your empire always uses the same wormhole network. Always takes the same paths. You're predictable. We're not. More human ships appeared. They surrounded the escape pods completely. Please, Zarkoth begged. Just let us go home. We're not soldiers anymore. We're just survivors. You were soldiers when you killed our children, Rodriguez replied coldly. You were warriors when you burned our cities. But now that you're losing, suddenly you're just survivors? Doesn't work that way. Zarkoth saw movement near the wormhole. The humans were placing something around it. Large devices that glowed with blue energy. What are those? He asked, though he already knew. Bombs? Rodriguez answered. We're going to destroy the wormhole. Cut off this entire route to your empire. No one else comes through here. Not now. Not ever. You can't. That wormhole has existed for millions of years. It's a natural phenomenon. Was a natural phenomenon. In about 10 minutes, it'll be debris. Zarkoth made a decision. A desperate one. Send a message home. No. Emergency frequency. Tell them everything. His communication officer worked frantically. Sir, I'm trying, but the humans are jamming most frequencies. Find one they're not blocking. After 2 minutes, the officer smiled. Got one. Sending message now. The message shot through space toward the wormhole. It would take hours to reach the other side, but it would get through. A warning to the Krathan Empire. A warning about Earth. On his ship, Captain Rodriguez smiled. Sir, they just sent a message through the wormhole. I know. I let them. You wanted them to send it? Of course. That message will reach their empire and tell them exactly what happened here. It'll spread fear. Make them think twice before coming to Earth. Sometimes the best weapon is terror. Rodriguez looked at the alien escape pods. 50 of them. Helpless and afraid. What do we do with them, sir? Let them watch. Let them see what happens to their escape route. Then we let them go. Let them go? But sir, they're more useful alive. They'll go home and tell stories about Earth. About how we destroyed their fleet. About how we blocked their wormhole. About how humans are not to be touched. Fear spreads faster than any ship. Rodriguez understood. Psychological warfare. Exactly. We don't just want to win battles. We want to win without fighting. We want other aliens to be too scared to even try. Near the wormhole, the bombs activated. The blue energy grew brighter and brighter. The wormhole, a swirling portal of light and color, began to shake. Then it exploded. The detonation was silent in space, but beautiful and terrible. The wormhole collapsed in on itself. Space twisted and broke. Reality screamed. When it was over, the wormhole was gone. Just empty space remained. The only route to the Krathan Empire from this part of the galaxy was destroyed. Zarkoth watched with tears in his eyes. We're trapped. We can't go home. Wrong, Rodriguez said. We're giving you one small ship. Old human technology, but it works. You can fly around the long way. It'll take you 6 months instead of 3 days. But you'll get home eventually. Why are you doing this? Because I want you to have plenty of time to think. 6 months of flying through space, remembering what happened here. 6 months to prepare your story. And when you finally reach your empire, I want you to tell them everything. Every detail. Every death. Every mistake you made. Rodriguez paused, then continued. Tell them that Earth is forbidden. Tell them that humans are not prey. Tell them that if they come back, we won't just destroy their fleet. We'll find their home world. And we'll do to them what they tried to do to us. A small human ship approached the escape pods. Its cargo bay opened. Get in. All of you. This is your last ride home. The aliens transferred into the human ship. It was old and slow, but it had enough fuel to reach Krathan space. As the ship prepared to leave, Zarkoth sent one final message to Earth. We underestimated you. We won't make that mistake again. But tell me, are all humans like you? So cold? So cruel? Admiral Mitchell answered from Earth. No, Commander. Some of us are much worse. You just met the nice ones. The alien ship jumped to faster-than-light speed and disappeared. Zarkoth looked back one last time. Earth was just a tiny dot now. A tiny, terrifying dot. And somewhere in that darkness, humans were celebrating. Not because they won, but because the galaxy was finally learning to fear them. 6 months later, Commander Zarkoth's ship finally reached Krathan space. The journey had been long and painful. Every day he remembered. Every night he dreamed of burning ships and human eyes. Cold, calculating human eyes. His ship approached the home world. The beautiful purple planet where he was born. Where he trained as a warrior. Where he learned that the Krathan Empire was the strongest in the galaxy. That was a lie. Incoming transmission from Planetary Defense, his communication officer said. They want to know what happened to our fleet. Zarkoth took a deep breath. Tell them I need to speak to the High Council immediately. Tell them it's about Earth. 2 hours later, Zarkoth stood in the Grand Council chamber. 50 of the Empire's most powerful leaders sat in a circle around him. They looked angry. Commander Zarkoth, the head counselor began. You left with 400 ships. You return with one small vessel and 50 survivors. Explain. Zarkoth's voice was quiet but steady. We attacked Earth. Earth destroyed us. Silence filled the chamber. Impossible, another counselor said. Our intelligence reported Earth had primitive technology. How could they possibly? Our intelligence was wrong, Zarkoth interrupted. Everything was wrong. Earth is not primitive. They're advanced. Very advanced. They just hide it well. Explain everything, the head counselor commanded. Leave nothing out. For the next hour, Zarkoth told his story. He told them about the invasion. About the human counterattack. About missiles that broke through shields like they were nothing. About pilots who crashed their ships on purpose just to kill one more enemy. He told them about human history. 10,000 years of war. Millions dead in conflicts that meant nothing except that humans love to fight. They don't just know war, Zarkoth said. War is their nature. They were born in it. Raised in it. They perfected it on themselves before we ever arrived. The counselors listened in growing horror. And when we tried to escape, Zarkoth continued, They were already waiting at the wormhole. They knew we'd come. They knew we'd try to run. They destroyed our only escape route. Then they gave me this ship and told me to come home. Why would they let you live? Zarkoth smiled bitterly. To deliver their message. They want the galaxy to know. They want everyone to understand. Earth is forbidden. Humans are not prey. And if we attack them again, they won't just destroy our ships. They'll follow us home. They'll do to us what we tried to do to them. The head counselor stood up. This is unacceptable. The Krathan Empire cannot show weakness. We should send our main battle fleet. 10,000 ships. We'll crush this little planet and... No! Zarkoth shouted. Every counselor stared at him in shock. No one interrupted the head counselor. Send 10,000 ships and you'll lose 10,000 ships, Zarkoth said. These humans, they don't fight like us. They don't have honor codes. They don't do fair battles. They use tricks, traps, psychology. They make you afraid before they even attack. And when they do attack, it's with weapons you've never seen and tactics you can't predict. You sound like you're afraid of them. I am, Zarkoth admitted. I'm terrified. And you should be too. The head counselor sat down slowly. What do you suggest we do? Mark Earth as forbidden in our star maps. Send a message to all our colonies and allies. Tell them to avoid that sector of space completely. And pray to the gods that humans stay on their planet. And if they don't? If they start expanding into the galaxy? Zarkoth had thought about this during his long journey home. Then we make peace with them. We trade with them. We become their allies. Because the alternative is extinction. The council voted that same day. The decision was unanimous. Earth was marked as forbidden territory. But the story didn't end there. Zarkoth's report was sent to other alien empires as a warning. The Vraxian Collective received it. The Stellar Federation read it. The Hive Mind analyzed it. Every major power in the galaxy heard the same story. A story about a small blue planet where a violent species lived. A species that looked weak but was deadly. A species that had turned war into an art form. One by one, every alien civilization made the same decision. Stay away from Earth. On a space station at the edge of known space, two alien traders met. One was young. The other was old. I heard a rumor, the young one said, about a planet called Earth. The old trader's face went pale. Don't even speak that name. But I heard they have valuable resources. Maybe we could. No. Listen to me carefully. Earth is death. The creatures there are called humans. They look small and weak, but they're monsters. They've been fighting since the dawn of their existence. War is in their blood. Surely it's just a story. To scare people. The old trader grabbed the young one's arm. 6 months ago, the Krathan Empire sent 400 ships to conquer Earth. Only 50 aliens survived. The rest are dead or prisoners. The Empire's wormhole is destroyed. Their fleet is gone. The young trader's eyes went wide. Every civilization that knows about Earth has the same rule now, the old trader continued. Never go there. Never attack them. Never even get close. Humans are not to be touched. What if they leave their planet? What if they come to us? Then we run. Or we pray they come in peace. Back on Earth, Admiral Mitchell stood in front of a window looking at the stars. Sir, the alien prisoners are asking questions, an officer reported. They want to know if we'll attack their home worlds. Mitchell smiled. Tell them no. Tell them we don't want to conquer anyone. We just want to be left alone. And if they don't believe us? They will. Because they're terrified. And fear is the best deterrent. Mitchell looked at the peaceful stars above Earth. Somewhere out there, the galaxy was learning a new truth. Humans were not the strongest species. Humans were not the smartest species. But humans were the most dangerous species. And from that day forward, no alien race ever attacked Earth again.